Welcome back to the channel, guys. Summertime here in Houston, 97 degrees, miserable, but we do have a beautiful 2019 ZR1 Corvette behind us, equipped with our 1,000 horsepower package. It does look a little bit different. Don't adjust your cameras. The car came as a white painted vehicle. It now has a brushed black wrap all the way around it. It actually looks really good. I don't know what it looks like on the camera, but in person, she looks sexy. And now, she has 1,000 horsepower to make it feel sexy as well when you drive it. So let's go under the hood and I'll talk a little bit more about it. All right, so under the hood, hard to see on these ZR1s because they do come with the shaker hood. The carbon fiber covers the supercharger, but it is a factory 2650 supercharger. This package does utilize the factory supercharger. It is non-ported like our 1,200 horsepower package, but it does include our 5-inch cold air induction system, stainless steel American racing headers with high flow cats, and this customer still kept the factory mufflers out the back, so you just have the dual mode to keep it quiet and loud when you want it. As always, customer wanted a very nice chop with the manual transmission in it, so we go with a very aggressive camshaft in this thing, spec'd for him, and it comes with new valve springs, seals, and also obviously new lifters, guys. To spin the blower a little bit harder, we do keep the stock upper on it, but we do an ATI balancer, and we overspin it with the lower, and new thermostat, keep coolant temps down, and as always, new plugs and wires. But this setup here, bolting it on, man, the car sounds incredible. And for it to make 800, and I think it was 60 rear wheel horsepower and over 800 rear wheel torque is a monster to drive. And this thing getting shipped all the way back to Montana to Mr. Sacco. As always with our customers, we try to give them a car that they can use reliably. So we also went ahead and sold him some Toyos, the Proxy 888s. We had them installed, and as you're about to find out, I'm gonna go test drive this thing and show you how we can actually put the horsepower to the ground with these tires on it. So I'm gonna hop in it and go drive it and show you what this thing can do. Manual 3-pedal car. We're on some Toyos. I'm gonna go from second gear and leave traction control on for this first pull. About 3,500 RPMs. That never gets old. Second gear, you can feel traction control kicking in, but third and fourth, she just screams. And with the Toyo on it, it's nice to be able to use that much horsepower and torque, even with traction control kicking in. And once you get used to a car like this, then you can turn traction control off and use its full potential. But if it's spinning, I mean, you're not accelerating, so you want to keep it as hooked up as possible. With these tires on it with some heat in them on a 94-degree day, I think it would hook up pretty decent in second gear, even with traction control on. It might haze the tires a little bit, but I think it'd be good. Beautiful 19 ZR1 from Minnesota, I believe. Just showed up today. Frankie teched it in, and yeah, we just made 3 baseline dyno pulls on it. Here's the average of the 3, which is right on par with all 19 ZR1s we do. Manual transmission, 649 rear wheel horsepower, 596 rear wheel torque. Good starting point. He's getting, I believe, our complete 1,000 horsepower package. So hopefully we'll see 200 rear wheel horsepower gains on 93 octane. So 850 should be the goal, which I think it'll do it pretty easily. And then not sure if we're gonna upgrade his tires or not as well, but now it'll come off and hopefully on Dan's rack next.
Hello, Jason.
How are you doing?
Well, you know, just organizing these parts here.
You have any deep thoughts for today?
Jesus Christ, you asked that. Man, I've been thinking, in the world of automotive performance, success is not merely a destination, but a continuous journey of improvement and refinement. And I think that's something that we've all been working on here. Like me cleaning these parts right now for a year and a half straight. We'll get there. Ask any racer, any real racer.
I will.
Bye, Jason. Have a great day.
You too.
You gonna miss?
So you're putting so you're putting air pressure on the cylinder.
Correct the moon though.
So you can remove the
holds the valves up.
and it holds the valves up
Yes.
with air pressure.
While
While you're because if then you remove the springs without air pressure, the valves would just fall into the cylinder.
They won't fall all the way. They hit the cylinder wall before they fall all the way. Oh god. Oh god, they're not gonna fit. Oh god, they're not gonna fit. Go to your side. Oh no, it's not that. Cord.
Crap everywhere. The shop has... I can't make clean videos with a shop like this, Jason. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're going to want to see. And as always, please comment below. pull with Sacco's. This is a 1,000 horsepower package. I think at baseline 630 rear wheel horsepower. First, I make 2 little baby pulls to get heat in the clutch, transmission, tires. And that was the first full pull at 6,000 RPMs. 791, 771 rear wheel torque. Make sure air feels good. I'll clean it up a little bit. And then we'll start putting more timing in it to get up to 850, which is 1,000 plus. So hopefully within 3 or 4 pulls, we'll be done. We'll see. Why I love the 19 ZR1s with these blowers on them. 857 rear wheel horsepower and over 800 rear wheel torque. 807 rear wheel torque, and that's literally at 4,300 RPMs. So you guys out there just driving these cars, as soon as you stab them, 800 rear wheel torque plants you in the seat. That's why these cars feel so fast and run so good to me. I love them. Yeah, she looks beautiful. Beautiful, my friend. And we could push it harder. We are on the fuel that the car came with from, I think it's from Montana. We just added the fuel additive to it, is what we do with our 1,000 horsepower package, because this thing is making right at 15 pounds of boost, 15, 16 pounds. Our customers with the 19 ZR1s, they know when they're going to be racing it to put the fuel additive in it. And to be honest, guys, it's just a safety precaution. We can tune it on 93 and still make that same number. I'm just anal, depending on where these customers live throughout the country, whether they're 91 or just bad 93, because there are places in the country that get just bad 93. We put the fuel additive in all of our 19 ZR1 1,000 horsepower packages, just so it's at least a good 93, so it can make a safe 850 rear wheel horsepower, essentially our 1,000 flywheel number. But yeah, if I wanted to keep pushing this thing with better octane in it, this thing would make 900 rear wheel horsepower if we really wanted to. But nice and safe right here. If the weather clears up, we go hit the street next. About 3,500 RPMs. Golly, that is so much fun. And it's been a while since I dynoed this thing, so hopefully somewhere in this video we'll probably show the dyno graph. But I want to say around 860 rear wheel horsepower and over 800 rear wheel torque. It makes it so much fun to drive. Again, you have the right tire on it. It is a hot day out, 94 degrees. But to be able to go wide open throttle in second gear, again, traction control was on, but it plants you in the seat and just goes third and fourth, and it just keeps pulling. It doesn't stop. This is I say it a million times, and I might say it more in this video, and I'm sorry, but this package on this 19 ZR1 for this platform, it's really hard to beat. That is a fun weekend toy. We don't have a wheel and tire machine here in-house, but we install very expensive wheels here at the shop, and I don't just trust anybody, any discount tire, no offense, just putting wheels and tires on these high dollar wheels. But we got a set of Forge Line wheels, I think 2 sets of Forge Lines, getting wheels put on them, as well as some Forge Stars. One's for V3, I think going to Texas Mile, and then we have a couple C7 Z06s getting ready to play for TX2K this weekend. So what a Beadlock does back in the day, before Beadlocks, before I could afford Beadlocks, in high school when I had a 15-inch wheel on my car with a slick on it. You go to the street or the track, you launch the car, the wheel will spin inside the tire. So I used to put rim screws in my wheels to keep the tire from spinning. Well, now we can afford beadlocks, so the beadlocks actually hold the tire, I'm sorry, from spinning when you launch the car, or even low roll racing. Believe it or not, I've seen tires spin, or the wheel spin inside the tire. So beadlocks are obviously locking the tire onto the wheel. It's a must for any high horsepower car when it comes to drag racing and roll racing. So as you can see, these wheels are super clean. Beadlocks are different than normal wheels. So you can see taking out the outer ring right now. These are called single beadlocks, where it's just the outside is a beadlock, the inside beads just as a normal wheel would. So very careful taking them on and off. And then the cheaper the wheel, the easier it is, the more you replace your tires. Taking the beadlocks on and off, the easier it is for the wheel to get messed up. And there's just a process when you go to put the beadlock back on. Obviously you do a star pattern as you would, little by little tightening it up to put the wheel on the tire. So if you are thinking about changing out your wheel and tire setup while we're here doing the performance package, like we do a lot of times, guys, just hit us up, talk to our sales staff. We can take care of all your needs for you. If you already have bought your wheels and tires, you can ship it with your vehicle to have them installed here. That way you know that they're installed properly and with no scratches on them.